It's been 1 week since I made a video on a bunch of pot stocks, and today I thought I would check back in and see where price landed. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. Today is Thursday, May 16th. I made the recording Thursday night on May 9th, so let's get into it. First one up is VRNOF. We ended the day at $5.31, down 1.67%. This is where we are. Let me mark out the price here and get rid of this. $5.31 at the end of the day here. Let me just mark it out this way. It's probably faster at this point. There we go. When I last talked about this stock, this was the middle of the trend. This is 2 standard deviations, 3 standard deviations, and 4 standard deviations. This is -2, -3, and -4 standard deviations. I will mark out where we are today at the middle of the road, which would take us to let's turn that purple. So this is the middle of the road, and now this is the middle of the trend. And if you were in this trade, even though we are down today, this is about the lowest spot and resistance up here where I like to sell. You are up 23% for the week, so congratulations there. And I'm not going to mark out 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to mark out this now. Let's go to high tide. We ended the day at $2.39. You can see that we've been all over the place with this one. $2.39. When I talked about price, we were right here. Hit 2 standard deviations, fell back down, passing the middle of the trend, and in this case that would be support, and fell down here to this gap that I have been tracking. We tickled it, we got close, got close to closing it. Oh my goodness, but no cigar. I'm gonna have to, oh, there we go. Extend this out. All right, this is the middle of the trend. And now this is the middle of the trend. You can see it's moved just a little bit to the south side. So I will anticipate for next week price to grind along between this channel and this one around 2 before making its way either up to the north side or falling south. But for the low spot here roughly to the high spot here at resistance, and you know what happens at resistance, people take their profits and they run, they lock in, and they leave, and they sure did. That's up 11% there. I'm in high tide. I'm also in MSOS for myself and for my mom. Did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I marked it out purple there. MSOS. Let's mark out the middle of the trend. This is now going to be my target area. We are in an upward channel on this one. We're at $9.78. The high of the day, $10.50. So congratulations if you made some money there. And I will mark this out. We're at $9.78. I previously bought in at $9.75. I almost sold out today, but I got busy. I left. And so now I do have a target that I want to sell these shares that I bought here. I'm going to set the target at 10.58-ish for myself. So that's the new target. This was the middle of the trend from last week. So we've steadily gone up, as you can see. I've traded this quite a few times, and I did buy some at $6 and something, but I did sell those shares, which I regret. I do have some in the 8 as well, and those I think I will keep, and the rest of it I will sell and just play around with. So what am I doing? Oh, this is the middle of the trend here. And the low spot here for the week. And the high spot right there. Roughly 17%. TLRY is the next one. Oh, TLRY is part of my gap and go trades. So we have not finished out this gap. We almost tickled it, but didn't get there. Let me just mark something out. So this is now the price. We are at the middle of the trend, so that'll be interesting to see what we do on Friday. I'm going to mark this out for giggles. That is now the middle of the trend. Oh, I guess, oh, I didn't, did I not? Oh, I guess I never marked the middle of the trend, which was, well, we were at this level when I started for the week. So from here to here, wait, let me move this. This is getting roughly to this point. That's a major in your face for me, a sell zone. So that's up 19% there. And we have this gap to contend with. That's still in play. I'll take a look at that later when I do my gap recap. So now that is where I'm going to anticipate price to grind along for the upcoming week, Friday, and then into next week. Sundial. This is the middle of the trend. I talked about it when it was 240. And oh, I'm in Sundial. Okay, I was thinking about selling, and my target here will be at this level, which is, I'm gonna sell at 305 and get out. We may not get there, and if not, that's okay. I'll hang on to it. But I've traded this before. I own shares at 149 and 159 as well. I'm gonna keep those forever, and I'm gonna start trading this just for fun. Whatever I end up buying from here on out. So, price 265. So this is where we started, middle of the trend here. Resistance, fell back down to support. Oh, let's just mark it right here. And this was your high spot, your clear sell signal. Sometimes you don't catch it, and that's why you have to put a sell order in, because it moves so fast you may not get what you want. So that's why I put it in usually the night before, and then sometimes you get messed up doing that because the lines and the target move. You have to be constantly on it, and I am not. So that's a return of 28%, although we're only up 3.11% for the day. Wait, did I mark the middle? That's, nope. I want to mark the middle. That is key for me. Middle of the trend. Nothing out of the ordinary where price, I think, is going to grind. Stay along here. Either it's going to go on this fixed pattern here or this way. All right. So I'm going to go to CRON. Where did we end? 302. Okay, we started at 285, hit support, bounced up to resistance, fell back down to support, back up to resistance, and here we are at support. We've got this gap still in play, and I will definitely be buying down here. I don't like to buy up here. I like to go here, here, or here. So what is the low spot and the high spot here? Nope, that's even higher. So right about there, that's a return of 13% for the week, but just 4% for the day. And your target now will be the range to 2 standard deviations, 315 and 292. TCNNF, I'm not in this one. Let me mark this out. 1260. We started here when I talked about this. Okay, went shot straight up, resistance, fell apart, grinding along the way here, along that line, because it's still going up. So this is now the middle of the trend. Did I marked it there? No, I keep forgetting to mark the middle of the trend for you. I'm going to only mark that out because then if you continue to mark everything else, the charts start to get messy, but if that's what you like to look at, mark it out. It is nice to see where you've come from and where you're headed. Okay. So the low spot looks like right about here to there. That is a return of 22%. So clear sell signal, flushing down to support, and then back to this line. See how we hit this line? Okay, and to the north side, your range will be 1318 and 1223. Grow generation, I'm in this one. I've traded this many times. I got sold out on accident because I didn't change my sell limits, but that's okay. I'm playing it more conservatively these days, trying to take profit at 10%. Obviously, it could go much higher or be much lower. Price was here when I talked about it. We flushed down, bounced up, kind of all over the place, support and bounce up, sell off at resistance. What I don't like is the downward channel that we are in on the 5-minute time frame. All right, so the low is here, so that is a clear buy signal, and here would be a 9% return, and from here to here, that is a 9% return as well. So I'm going to delete this because it looks like that's my trade for my own shares, but it's not. So I just want to get that out of the way. And what else? Oh, let's mark out the middle of the trend. And the middle of the trend, unfortunately, look at this, going down. So the middle of the trend previously was right here at 291. Now it's 283. So I'm going to expect some grinding between these two channels. Oh, let's give you some price targets. To the north side, 295. To the south side, roughly 270. ACB, let's mark this out, 761. And the low, oh, here, just the price targets, 793 and 718. So this is the low for the week that I was tracking. The high here, if you let it ride, sometimes it's scary. You want to get off the gravy train. That's a 28% return. So congrats there, up 6.88% for the day. Playing long term gets you a little bit more money, it seems. The bigger picture. All right. So we start at 986 when I last look at this, last Thursday, the 9th. And where are we at? 11. All right, this is not a buy area for me. Some people will buy off the support, but I like to play down here and get it for even cheaper. Sometimes we won't get there and then you've missed out on a trade, so it depends on how much risk you like to take. But I don't need more shares of anything. I got I've got plenty to work with. So that low to this high is a return of roughly 35%. The day's high, 11%. Now, let's mark out the middle of the trend. Unfortunately, it's lower than where we are right now. Okay, so that's it. And now your price targets. I'm just going to give you 2 and -2 standard deviations. Obviously, you can go on the outside, the outliers, but just this video is getting long. 1150 to 1015. All right, so that's a look at all of the stocks there. And I did get stopped out. Where's my other? Yeah, I can't remember what oh, Gamble. I think I got stopped out of Gamble. I'll show you that in just a second. But your price target, did I already say this? 1151 to roughly 1017. Okay. I don't know if I gave you the range for CRON. 316. If I did, here it is again, 292. Sundial, 284, 242. TLRY, 224, because I forgot to give you the price targets from previous, $2. See, this is my old support and resistance that I've done for myself. And now this is the new support. Well, not support, but new middle of the trend, I should say. MSOS, I forgot to give you the range. So we are at -2. So 2 would take us to 1031, and to the south side, possibly 954. High tide, $247 and 227-ish. VRNOF. So we are here. So could get even worse for this one, but 2 standard deviations, 551. Excuse me, -2 and 2 is 590. Now, if you want to see what the next outlier would be, flip it to the 15. And that changes everything. Buy and sell zones. So that to the south side would be on the 15, 465, and middle of the trend, voila, 570. Let me flip this back to the 5-minute, and let me go to Gamble, see if this will work. GMBL. I do not recommend you trade this one. This one is scarier than heck, but I unfortunately bought at the wrong time. I want to show you this. I bought here. I didn't pay attention, didn't set my outs. I could have gotten out here just because this is resistance. All I'm trying to do is catch a move when I do these quick trades. And I didn't pay attention, could have gotten out a couple times, could have bought in at a couple times to rebound, but I set an order to sell a couple days ago, and it triggered right here on Wednesday, and I was alerted to it on Thursday morning. This morning I got an email that it had triggered because I never checked my account. So now we are at there, and let's just give you some ranges here. 89 cents to the south side, middle of the trend, 67, and then 56. I'm going to mark the middle of the trend for myself since I'm here, because when it gets back down to here or here, I would like to try this one again. Oh, we have a gap to the upside, several gaps that I'm going to be trying to play. But I'm not buying it at this level. That is not a buy for me. All right, that's a look at some cannabis stocks and basically a recap of the week from the end of the week today, May 16th, and then beginning on the 9th. I just wanted you to see what that looks like if you are tracking stocks on the week and you want to mark out support and resistance, middle of the trend, and then kind of figure out where price you think is going to go. And then obviously check the RSI, and that also helps you get in and get out. All right, that does it for me. Thanks for watching.